Yo, yo, yo. COTA. Stage breaks. Fast cars, slow cars. Let's turn left and right. I agree, Derek. Well, welcome in to the world's greatest pre-race show. I'm your host, Chris Wormy. It's Worm. We're here to figure out what the best bets are for today's race. I'm hoping that making today a two-beer poll will hope, and I'm hoping that I'll become more opinionated if I get a little buzzed. Because right now I don't know. I feel like outrights are probably properly priced at this point. And then we don't know two things. We don't know track limits, correct, Kevin? Who's gonna stay within those track limits, and who's gonna stay out for stage points? We just don't quite know that. So if anyone's heard any interviews, let me know. We'll try to get this thing figured out. But let's get to it. Time for the first well, not the first beer of the day. Yeah, my mom's on Logano, only for the car number. Well, cheers. Happy race day. Taking a pull. Now, two-beer pull today, so I'm going to have to make sure I'm stopping and drinking here. All right. Let's get to it. Let me close this. All right. Well, William Byron. Can he win? Yeah. William Byron can win. Can he do it on speed alone? I don't think so. I don't think he can do it on speed alone. I think if William Byron is going to win this race, I think he's just going to need to stay out of trouble and be there at the end. I do not think that there's enough speed in this car long run to hold off some of the faster cars in practice. That's what I think. But William Byron can win. Of course he can win. He's William Byron. He doesn't make mistakes. He's won on a road course before. He's run well here in the past. He put it on the pole. Yeah, I think he can win. However, I don't think he can hold off Ty Gibbs very long. I think Ty Gibbs is way better than William Byron. And by the way, I think William Byron at 4-1 is just a terrible price. Let me just say that. I do not like William Byron at 4-1. I wouldn't touch that with a 10-foot pole. I think he's extremely expensive, overvalued, whatever you want to call it. But could he be there at the end? Yes. However, I think you have to find a live betting price on him. I don't think you can just take him right now. I don't think that makes any sense. Ty Gibbs? Ooh, he looked damn good in practice. He looked really good. Let's look at the last couple races. Vegas, best guy in practice, probably Kyle Larson, maybe outside Tyler Reddick. He wins. Best car at Phoenix after practice, clearly Chris Bell. He goes out there and wins. Best car after practice and qualifying today, probably Ty Gibbs. Probably Ty Gibbs. I do agree with Big Ross. If Ty Gibbs gets to the lead, it's over. I think he's gone. I think he crushes. I think Ty Gibbs will absolutely be gone. Now, can he run a clean race all day? That I don't know. But if you have a 4 or 5 second lead, yeah, probably can get out there, lead a bunch of laps, and not feel the pressure. But late in the race, if there's a restart, I think Ty Gibbs could make a mistake. But I think throughout the day, the 54 is the best car with the exception of one other guy. Tyler Reddick looked faster last year than he did this year. Now, also no stage breaks, so does that help or hurt him? I think it probably hurts Tyler Reddick. Last year, he was able to kind of dictate the race, staying out front. So I do think Reddick's going to be good. But he doesn't have the same car he had last year. And I do think that last year, towards the end of last year, the field caught up to Tyler Reddick. I thought in 2022, in the first part of 2023, Tyler Reddick was the fastest guy at every road course. I don't think that this year, and at end of 2023, he wasn't the fastest. There were other guys that had caught up to him, whether it was the just other teams caught up or whatever it may be. He was not the fastest guy like he was in 2022 at the start of 2023. So I'm high on Reddick. Obviously, he's a very talented road course racer, but you know, I don't think he's as good as some of these other guys. Chris Bell, well, Chris Bell's our new practice hero. He looks good. He looks the best after every practice. I think Chris Bell's outright price at 8-1 is pretty good. I think that's probably the best price sitting around there. Do we trust Chris Bell? I don't know. He's been the fastest in a lot of practices over the last few years. I don't know. I don't know that we have the same. I don't know. But he's going to be good. I think Chris Bell kind of has to be in your outright card today. Chris Bell has to be in your outright card today. I like more outrights than I do matchups today just because there's just a lot of things that can go wrong. So you want to make sure that you're properly paid on picking the right guys that are going to be fastest. Chris Bell, I mean, he's going to be good. Corey LaJoy, good qualifying? I don't know what else to tell you. Yeah, Ford winning manufacturer 9-1 is wild. I agree. Yeah, I agree. I agree that Chris Bell has a tough pit crew to. Corey LaJoy, what the heck? Really good qualifying out of him. I can't imagine him staying up front. Now, Corey LaJoy stay out and win stage 1? Is Corey LaJoy a point taker? He's kind of the first guy, but I don't even know if he wins if he stays out. I don't know if he wins if he stays out, but Corey LaJoy stage 1. Do we even have stage 1 bets? Has anybody seen those? I know we've seen matchups, but have we seen outrights on stage 1? Logano stage 1. I think that Logano would have to pass a lot of cars to win stage 1. Okay. Ross Chastain. He got it together in that second practice, and he got faster. That's one thing I like about Ross. He got faster throughout traffic. Yeah, no stage bets on Bovada. I think that I know Caesars maybe has some, but they're just matchups, not to win. I don't know. I don't know if we see those. I think Ross Chastain was really good. I think Ross Chastain is really good. Now, is he as fast as the Toyotas? I don't know. He's not as fast as Toyotas based on practice. Does he get better? That's one thing we have to look at. Does Chastain get better throughout the race? Or is Chastain top Chevy pretty good? I think Chastain has a good shot at being top Chevy. Then Tyler Reddick can win. Ty Gibbs can win. Chris Bell can win. Those are the 3 cars that I know are better than him. Trackhouse is 12-1 for a winning team. What? Wait, so that doesn't count SVG though, does it? He's technically not a. Yeah, top Chevy. Nice price on that, Kevin. Plus 850 top Chevy. I like that. I think he's going to be there. Martin Truex Jr. I wish he was better in it does not count SVG. So SVG is colleague. So yeah, that doesn't count him. So I don't like if you like Daniel Suarez, I think has a 0% chance of winning the race. So I think that if you're going to take Trackhouse or you just should just take Chastain outright. So that's my thought process. Martin Truex Jr. did not make great adjustments in second practice. Yeah, I would say Chastain 21 is worth a nibble. That's a good price. Just a nibble. Just a little nibble. Truex wasn't as good as I wanted him to be in second practice, but his teammates are really fast and Toyotas are really fast. I think Truex figures it out. Am I wrong to think? Can we all agree that Martin Truex Jr. is a great race car driver and B, great on road courses? I know that he doesn't have the car, but he could get better. Look at last week. He's been terrible at Bristol in the past, but all of a sudden things change and you need to be adaptable. And Truex was up there. I don't know. I kind of like Truex. Like, I don't think his practice times are good. I think his prices are decent, and I just trust him. I trust Truex. Levi will get to the 5 car when we get to the 5 car. Just do a rundown. The way that works is we're just gonna just run down the starting lineup. So right now we're on Denny Hamlin. Well, Denny, you qualified really good, and you were an absolute donkey in practice. Absolute donkey in practice. And then he qualifies well. I mean, he barely had laps in the 132s. That's terrible. I don't like Bowman top Chevy. Drink my beer. Gosh, very demanding group of people right now. I think. Okay. Denny doesn't have a race-winning car. Not even close. Does he stay out and try to win stage 1? Does he stay out and try to win stage 1? I can imagine how that conversation goes with Chris Gabehart. Hey, Denny, so we don't have a race-winning car today, so we're just gonna get stage points, and you're not gonna be able to win the race. I think Denny says, "Fuck you." Do you think Denny Hamlin wants to win stage 1? I don't know. His car, if I'm his crew chief, I say, Denny, stay out. Let's just get points. Convincing Denny is another thing entirely. Yeah, fade Denny in matchups. I wish the guys that he was matched up against qualified better, because who knows what Bowman's thinking, or who are some of his matchups? I guess I have him right here. Well, he actually doesn't have many matchups here. Hamlin Blaney, Hamlin Bowman, Hamlin Briscoe. I don't know. Yeah, technically all he needs are points, but he was going to win anyway. I don't know. Denny, he's also a guy that could, let's just say there's a caution that's just outside a fuel window. Let's just say there's a caution just outside a fuel window. Denny pits and then tries to save fuel, and then he has a chance at winning the race with an average car. I don't know that you can do that, though. I don't know. You'd need a caution, and then I don't know. I don't know on Denny. I have to believe he's going to be better than his car. His car was trash. I don't know on that. I don't know. Not to Dinger yet. I'm on Chase Elliott. Well, I don't know. Chase was fine. Not good, not great. I mean, Bowman was better. Larson was better. Byron was better. So he's the third best or fourth best Hendrick car. Yeah. It's just hard to get behind Chase. The price is there on a road course, but I don't know. Yeah. Didn't show me much. Didn't show much in either practice. I mean, he was better in P1, and then P2, just donkey. Not good. I don't like Chase. But I don't know. He's got to race better than that. He tends to race better. Bubba Wallace. Well, Bubba looked good in practice, but he looked good in practice last year. He looked good in practice last year. So I don't trust Bubba on a road course. There you go. I'll say it. I have nothing on him or against him. I only have one matchup, and I have a couple outrights. But man, Bubba, he looked good. Is that just the Toyota? Just the Toyota flexing? Because Truex didn't look that good. But then Gibbs, and Reddick looked great. 5 hours in the sim, Bubba. Yeah, he needs 500 hours in the sim, in my opinion. Austin Cindric. Let's Cindric. There's some people that want to bet against him with Bowman, like smart people. What did you want out of Cindric? I mean, he qualified just outside the top 10. Is he a guy that stays out and tries to win the stage? I don't think so. Cindric can only win on road courses or super speedways. He has to do everything he can to just make sure he does that. Like, make sure that he wins or wins on a super speedway, or at least has a chance. So that's why I think he pits. If he moves up, I think he passes. I think he's better than Bubba. I think he's better than Chase. I think he's better than Denny. He's going to pass LaJoy. He's going to be like 6th or 7th. I think Cindric is pitting to try to win the race. I don't think stage points do him any good. I think he's going to need to win, and I think he knows that. So I think Cindric stays out to give himself the best chance at winning the race, which is why I still like him in the top 10. I gave that out as my best bet on the Bet the Board pod with Todd. I still think he finishes in the top 10. Shane Van Gisbergen. This guy's got a lot of talent. Yesterday was really impressive. I mean, it was a no-brainer that Larson was going to win after the caution came. I don't know if everyone knew that, but like the Xfinity Series, you give a Cup driver fresh tires. That's in a restart. That as long as he got through, as soon as he got through turn one clean, it was over. Like that race was. It didn't matter what was happening. But I think SVG is going to be damn good. Damn good. The track limits, that's stupid. But that track limits, let's just assume. I don't know how you handicap that. Do you say that there's a guy that's going to abuse the track limits? I think if you do, it's AJ Allmendinger. But I don't know. Is he that good? I just, yeah, Blake. I don't know. I don't know. This is hard. I need to keep drinking. I actually would take SVG in matchups too. I mean, he's a dog to Byron. I wouldn't take him against Bell. I like him against Byron. I think he's better than Byron. Who here thinks that that Byron and SVG are equal on a road course? Does anybody think that they're equal? They're not. They're not equal. I like SVG, and the more I talk about it, the more I like him, and the more I like his outright price. Justin Haley, what a good qualifying out of Justin Haley. I mean, Justin Haley's a guy that could win a stage. He's not going to make the playoffs. He's not going to win a race. Maybe Justin Haley stays out. I think he's talented enough on a road course to actually hold someone off. If anything, Justin Haley wins stage one, and then we never hear from him again. AJ Allmendinger. Well, he ain't going to win stage one. I promise you that. AJ, not as fast. Not as fast. Colleague, talking with Derek Yoder this morning, Colleague is not the same as Trackhouse. And you can see it in lap times. Yeah. SVG is minus 110 against Chase. Gosh. Yeah, Haley. You're going to throw. Come on, Brian. You know you can't take anything away from a rain road course like a street course. But yeah, Haley was. Yeah. AJ Allmendinger, I can't fathom him just riding around in 10th place on a road course. And then what? Let's say that you have, if you're Tyler Reddick, Ty Gibbs, or Chris Bell, and you got a late race restart, and let's just say you get clear, who's the last guy you want behind you, like pressuring you to make a bad decision? It's SVG or Allmendinger. Would you agree? Can we all agree that the last person with a few laps to go, the last person you want behind you would be a road course ringer, either AJ Allmendinger or Shane Van Gisbergen? That's what I think. Would anybody disagree with that? Allmendinger is a checkers or wreckers. Take him to win and then nothing else. That 30-1 price is decent. Yeah, he's got that dog in him. I agree. AJ he's just crazy guy, and he's good. Yeah, I don't know about Chastain. I think we've seen a new Chastain. The only reason he moved Bowman into Dinger is because he got his ass moved too. So, Kyle Larson. Well, Kyle Larson. I think he's going to be pretty good. Starting deep. I don't think he's taking stage points. I don't think he's taking stage points, right? I think he's going to be pretty good. I think it's a decent outright price on Kyle Larson. You're not going to see him at that kind of price at all. You know, this guy's a stud at Sonoma, but not here. I don't know. I like Larson. I like Larson today. Kyle Busch, Bell at 8-1 over SVG at 8-1. Ooh, there's got to be different prices on that. Oh yeah. Don't tell Blaney that Ross has changed, man. Okay, maybe you're right. All right, hang on. I gotta get close to finishing this thing. Where are we at? Larson. Kyle Busch. Okay, I think Larson's gonna be good. If someone came to me and said, like, I like Larson today, yes. You like him in matchups? Sure. It depends on who he's matched up against. Do I like him over Allmendinger? I like Larson over Allmendinger if you have Allmendinger to win. I know that you can get middled on that, but I think if this Allmendinger's checkers are records, I can't imagine him just running third or fourth all day. Larson, Truex, just a big question mark for me. I don't know what some of the legals have. Larson over MTJ, I don't know. I know you're fiending for action, Jacob, but I don't know. Kyle Busch. I don't know. Do we trust this guy? Like Kyle Busch went from like being the driver you trust the most to just completely untrustable. How does that happen to him? Kind of shocking. He was good in second practice. He's got the worst pit crew. RCR engines are not that good, or RCR team just in general just struggled. Just the teams have struggled. I I don't know what it's going to take for me to bet Kyle Busch. That's for sure. Alex Bowman. I mean, really good in practice. I know that Ryan Stevens and Win the Race have him rated really high. I like Bowman. I have a little bit on him at 25-1 before practicing qualifying, and I missed the price. He's now what, 30 or 50 or something? What is he, 30 or 50? Someone's 50. No, I think Bowman's 30. I think he's going to be solid. Bowman top 10. Yeah, Bowman. Yeah. I like Bowman. I think he's going to be good today. Carson Hocevar. Where is he? Yeah, 50 to he was 51 at 40 on Bovada now, between 30 and 50. Yeah. Top 5 at plus 750, Big Ross. I don't hate that. Top 10 for Bowman. I don't hate that. I'm not talking about Carson Hocevar. Please do not go back Carson Hocevar thinking that's what I'm talking about. Hocevar is probably a track limit guy. If I had to pick someone to go over track limits, it's Carson Hocevar. That would be a great bet. Just yes, no props on track limits. Connor, I agree with that. Connor said, I invested too much in Bowman pre-week at worst numbers. Think he'll be good, but not overexposing to him. I think that's very well said, Connor. I would agree with that. Bowman top 10 at plus 250 yesterday. That's a great number. Yeah, good job. Good get there. Yeah, Derek. Yeah, we agree. I think Hocevar for sure track limits. I think that he should be minus 240 for track limits. Daniel Suarez. Does anyone have him to win stage 1? Does anybody have Daniel Suarez to win stage 1? That's the guy I think that tries to win stage 1. Daniel Suarez is a guy that I'll say this time and time again. I heard it from a very reputable source. If he's comfortable in his race car, he'll be fine. If he's not going to be fine. He spun out in qualifying. It's not fine. Not good in practice. Had fall off. I think Daniel Suarez, but Suarez, Big Ross, 2 years ago, Suarez was one of the best cars, and this was the first road course race. We thought you could still pass. So he goes out and wins stage 1 after leading a lot of laps, and then he gets spun out on the restart to start stage 2. I think, I don't know. I think Suarez is going to struggle. I faded him with Buescher. Suarez was a disappointment, yeah. Troy, Reddick top 5, Bowman and Ross top 10, 8-1. I mean, I think Ross is top 10 for sure. I think Reddick is top 5 for sure. It's just, can Bowman get inside the top 10? I think you're probably 50-50 on an 8-1 bet. I don't hate that. Yeah, you faded. I tend to think that too a little bit on Big Ross is saying he faded Suarez with McDowell. I don't hate that at all. Let's see. Gosh. End of stage 2, Larson Hamlin. Well, Todd. Dang. I don't know. That's a tough one. I'll message you on that. We might like that one. Let's see. Where are we at? Kyle Busch, Alex Bowman, Carson, Chris Buescher. Boy, you real laid an egg in practice. I think Chris Buescher is going to be good. I think he's just going to kind of grind out, work his way up. You know, kind of a 7th, 8th place finish. If I had to choose, I think he finishes in the top 10. There's a good top 10 price on him. But let's look at who we think is going to finish in the top 10. Do we think William Byron's going to finish in the top 10? Yes. Ty Gibbs, yes. Tyler Reddick, yes. Chris Bell, yes. Ross Chastain, yes. Truex, maybe. Let's just say no. Denny Hamlin, no. Shane Van Gisbergen, yes. Kyle Larson, yes. Kyle Busch, no. Alex Bowman, I'm going to lean yes. Chris Buescher is kind of the next guy. I do think we can get Buescher into the top 10. And by the way, that's excluding Allmendinger and Kyle Busch. So that's just a lot to ask. And now, if any of those guys, if anyone violates track limits, your day's done. Like, your day is done. That's the first thing I say. If I'm a crew chief, I go, if you violate track limits, your day is over. So don't do it. Austin Dillon. Not good. Season going terribly awful. John Hunter Nemechek. What do you think about John Hunter? I don't know. I don't even really care. I can't imagine he's going to be a rocket ship today. Does anybody have John Hunter just scooting his way up through the field? I don't even see I got to find him on my little sheet here. I don't even see him on here. Oh, there he is. Slow and falls off. Not good. Kaz. Did anybody see what Kaz Gralla tweeted this week? Racing Analytics tweeted their median lap time for the fourth quarter of the Bristol race. And Kaz tweeted, nice to see we were top 10 on pace. That is misleading. Kaz, if you think that you were top 10 on pace at Bristol, you are a psycho. So, Kaz, I can't take you seriously. Ryan Prix struggled. You know, I don't know what to think about some of these SHR cars and Ford in general. Like, SHR is a tick off of Penske, a tick off of Front Row. Can't be good. Kapui Kobayashi. I don't think he's gonna be good. Yeah, I don't know what to believe on this Kobayashi in the sim is really good. Doesn't that translate really well? Isn't that how William Byron got to start? Isn't that how people get good? I just don't trust it. I don't trust Kobayashi. Maybe he's a grinder and he just kind of figures it out and spends all day just working his way off, picking people off one at a time with no mistakes. Maybe that happens, but I feel like more likely to have a mistake than not. I don't like Kobayashi. Everyone just a sucker for that price early in the week. I was a sucker for it last year. I heard the same information you guys did. And I was like, oh, Kobayashi, we got to get a couple hundred on him at like 100-1. Trash. Todd Gilliland. Toddy. Nah. I mean, Lots of fall off. Good in the short run. Another beer being opened. Yeah, we're on our second beer, everybody. Get with the game. Michael McDowell. Kind of shocked at how bad he qualified. I thought McDowell at 30-1 was an absolute gift when I bet him at the start of the week. What do I think now? Well, I think the Fords suck. Dave, that's a good question. Anybody, Derek, anybody see anybody going to the rear? Gilly over Kez? Oh, man. I don't trust that. I think when you're getting to these back markers, which is what we're doing, I don't think McDowell's a back marker. I do like him over, man, I know Big Ross has him over Suarez. I tend to like that. I think McDowell will bully his way to the front. Nothing in the rear yet. Okay. McDowell top 4 is like 4-1. Okay, let's think about who could be better than him. Cindric? Oh, man. Cindric. What's Cindric top Ford? I feel like you take Cindric and probably McDowell and you're golden. It just McDowell needs to have some stuff go his way. Yeah, Busher too. Busher, yep. Cindric and Busher. Good call. I don't know. 4-1's probably properly priced. I don't know that I'd touch it. Ryan Blaney. His interview was so funny. I don't think he really even knows if he's good or not. I think he's fast. I don't think he can be consistent. You make one mistake, you find yourself back in the pack. He's not a guy that can drive through the field. Not high end Blaney. Harrison Burton, you were a dump truck. Just another bad Ford. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. I tweeted earlier. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. is the same price as Timmy Hill to win the race. That says all you need to know about Ricky Stenhouse Jr. today. I like him in a head-to-head matchup against Timmy Hill, but they're the same damn price. That's hilarious. Josh Berry liked his car in practice. Well, I didn't. I wonder who's right. Josh is slow. Was he a bad choice for the 4? Was he? I don't know. Who would you rather have in the 4? Hocevar? Excuse me. Anyway, Chase Briscoe. Another bad Ford. Maybe the best. Maybe better though. Like he was decent. Actually, Chase was decent. Chase was decent. He was not quite as good as Busher. In the first group, I mean, he was way better than Hamlin. Briscoe runs decent here. Yeah. I don't know. I don't hate Chase. What are his matchups? I don't hate him. Hemrick. I mean, no. Zane Smith. Been a tough year for this guy. Oh, yeah. Briscoe could be a track limit guy. I agree. Wow, Briscoe top 10, man. Troy, a lot has to go. You better be paid well on that. Joey Logano, my mom's pick. I mean, consistent. You better steal track position somehow. Yeah, Rowdy Dragon. I don't disagree with that. Gregson and Childers. I don't disagree. Logano and Keselowski. I mean, Keselowski. Geez, oh Pete's. Logano. I guess you were a little better, but I can't see Logano obviously staying back there. But he almost. It might not even make sense for him to stay out and take state. But Big Ross. He needs stage points still to do it. And I think he's so far back that you could see guys like Hamlin, or not Hamlin, never mind. Terrible choice there. You could see guys like, let's just say Ty Gibbs and Tyler Reddick could pit and still beat Brad Keselowski or still beat Joey Logano. We saw it last year. So if remember, you have to be so far ahead. And if you're going to give 3-lap fresher tires and you have you need to make up only 5 or 6 seconds on the track, they could still beat Joey Logano by staying out. We saw it last year, I think at the Roval. I think Chris Bell pitted, only sacrificed one stage point and didn't lose and only lost one spot in track position and pitted. So it'll be interesting to see how far back Logano and Brad are. I mean, Brad just Logano was better than Brad, but they're both struggling. Timmy Hill managed to beat both Eric Jones and Noah Gragson in qualifying. I think those are the only people he'd be beating all day. I don't even know what his lap times were, but they're not good. But he's the same price as Ricky Stenhouse. Eric Jones, man, crazy where that guy ended up. Not good though. Not good. Oh, definitely better last year. Noah Gragson, you got to feel like he's going to be better than where he qualified, obviously, but his work's so I just don't see him having the same run we've seen. So Jones over Gragson, yeah, probably decent with a payout, but Gragson looks faster than Jones. I think if you look at maybe if you were to look at just track history here, Jones is better. Yeah. Well, I got to get through this one. This is going to be, we got some questions. Jones, fun DFS play. Is he though? He looked pretty bad. I don't know that Jones is a DFS play even. Man, I guess I see what you're saying. Oh, okay. So, okay. Gibbs. Okay. The fastest cars are, if you're going on lap times, I think Chris Bell is the fastest. If you're in Ty Gibbs is second fastest. Tyler Reddick and SVG are second or third and fourth. That's where I'm at. And then from there, man, from there, gosh, I don't know. Is it Bowman? Is Bowman fifth fastest? Cindric? Cindric and Bowman are good. Larson? Chastain? I think it's Chastain. Let me take that back. I think the fifth best car is Chastain. Fifth best car is Chastain. Byron fell off. I'd have him ranked just on speed, not what I think. Bell 1, Ty 2, Reddick 3, SVG 4, Chastain 5. That's what I think. Let's see. Who do I want on the restart in green, white, checkered? Oh, that's a good question. Ooh. I mean, if it'd be hard to go against Tyler Reddick. He showed last year he can battle through those green, white, checkered. SVG'd be a tough one. Ty Gibbs too. AJ Allmendinger. I don't know if I trust Bell on a green, white, checkered. SVG starting further back, we get better than 8-1. Okay, Kevin, this is a good point about live betting. Remember that it's not necessarily where the driver you want to live bet is running. It also has a lot to do with the guy leading the race. I'll say this. I think you'll probably get better than 8-1 live if Tyler Reddick gets to the lead. You think SVG can get up to P7 by turn 1? Maybe. But I think that the 45-1, 54 SVG top 4 on a restart. For entertainment. Okay. 45-1, 54 SVG top 4 on a restart. Oh, man. I would love to see it. That would be some entertaining shit right there. I would say 45. I'd take the 45. I haven't seen a reason to not trust that guy on restarts. Brian, that's a great comment. Give me whoever's fifth. Probably be Hamlin. Will the 54 wreck someone for his first win? Hell yes. I think that's why I think I don't think it'll be a close race to the finish, unfortunately. That's funny. Brian with a comment. This is I'm gonna show this comment. That's what Big Ross projected. Like, hey, that's the top 4 for the restart. And then Brian came up with this. Give me whoever's in 5th. That's great. Oh man. Probably be like Hamlin. You know. I don't know. That's good. That's good. Come on, I gotta finish this. Cindric in 5th. I can't see Cindric getting there. He could. I mean, his lap times were decent. He got better. Bowman, that's a great. Brian is on it. Bowman could easily be there, or Byron. Connor, I agree. I don't think it'll be Cindric, but it could be Byron in 5th. It's just like, hey, I've been the 5th or 6th place car all day. No, here's what it'll be. Byron will be an 8th place car all day. And then on the last pit stop, get up to 5th, and then win the race that way. My pick to win. Oh. I'm heavily invested Ty. Yeah, there's some 16 out there, I think, on Larson, too. I'm heavily invested Ty. I think it comes down to Reddick. Well, I mean, it comes down to SVG, Ty, Reddick, and Bell. I think Ty gets his first win. I knew I was going to do it. I have to pick him. I think Ty gets his first win. He better run a clean race. But 4-1, I don't like the 4-1. I think the best bet is Bell and Chastain. I think those are the 2 best bets. Glad to pick. Yep. Ty at what price? I don't like him. I bet him before kind of practice and qualifying. He's going to be good. Does he have the patience? I don't know. Yeah. You can't see how Gibbs and Reddick don't win. Have you ever watched a NASCAR race? Big Blue? I mean, there's a reason they run the race. Yeah. If anyone exceeds track limits, their day is done. Completely done. So tell me who's going to race for points and tell me who's going to stay within track limits, and I'll tell you who I think has a chance at winning. When's the last caution? I like it to stay green. I want a race to stay green if I had a choice. All right, well, let me finish this thing. I'm almost done. Ooh. All right. Any other questions? Yeah, qualifying front row is huge. He could take the lead. I think. Yes, I think Ross brings up a good point. How many laps will? Okay, I want to talk about Ross first, or what Big Ross said. If SVG, Ty Gibbs, Tyler Reddick, or Chris Bell get to the lead, they're going to be really hard to pass. I think that's a good point. I don't know that anyone just in 10 laps goes out and passes Ty Gibbs, passes SVG, passes Chris Bell, or passes Tyler Reddick. Oh, Suarez is 50-1. Okay. Troy, I mean, you can bet Logano at. Okay, so let me just finish this. Sorry, I'm getting distracted now. I'm a little drunk. No one's passing either one of those 4 guys, in my opinion. So If it's going to be a long run to the end, I could see SVG maybe being able to pass one of the three of those guys. We saw it yesterday in the Xfinity race, but I thought he looked better in Xfinity than he did in Cup. How many laps till we know who's best? 6? 7 laps? I would say 6 or 7. Well, yeah, I think, Andrew, to bring up your point, Connor Zilic yesterday, 2 times, got this penalty. Denny's 20-1 to win. Oh, stage 2. Sorry, I'm getting ADD and drunk here. Connor Zilic yesterday in the truck race got lucky twice. It's almost like NASCAR was kind of putting their finger on the button there. Obviously the caution button, but waiting until he was serving his penalty to do it. Stage 1 winners. Suarez 50-1. Denny's 20-1. You cannot get tires under penalty. You can't pit. Suarez plus 170 versus Buescher stage 1. Patrick, I can't stop you. I think that's a great bet. Man, I who's gonna stay out and win stage 1? LaJoy. I don't know if Hamlin will, right? Like Hamlin still has to think he has a race winning car. So maybe not stage 1, but who brought up stage 2? Was it Connor? Who brought up? Yeah, Connor. If Denny doesn't have a race winning car, I could see him going out there and winning stage 2. Here's the problem with stage 2. If his car is not that good, he could fall back a ton. You know? So, okay, let's think about Hamlin goes out to and starts running 12th. If Hamlin loses 4 or 5 spots, he's going to try to win stage 1, in my opinion. But if he drops that many spots just in stage 1, I can't imagine him winning stage 2 as well. I think someone else. Anyway, tires, a no tire shirt? No, you have to take tires. SVG is plus 120 to chase Elliott in stage 1. I think he's better. I mean, on that or on the start of the race, he better make up some spots. I could see Truex staying out. Yeah, I guess I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with Truex staying out, but because you got to think he's gonna win a race, right? So he's not worried about getting into the playoffs. I don't know. Oh. All right, well, I'm going to get out of here. 48 minutes, kind of a long pre-race poll, but hey, we had to kill 2 beers. We made it happen. Cheers, everybody. My pick is Ty. The best bet, I feel like, is Bell, and then Ross Chastain to win. Maybe throw some Larson in there. But Tyler Reddick could go out there and lead every lap. Who knows? All right, everybody. Cheers. Peace.